This is Eagle Owl, and today we will be talking about camp. Yes, Jalen Carter gets shoved to the ground by Mekhi Becton. Nakobe Dean fell off, man, and the coach is starting to realize it. Lastly, Johnny Wilson. Johnny Wilson is making a strong push for that wide receiver three, but let's get straight into it. All right, so let's get straight into it. Or no, I'm lying. Let's not get straight into it. Let's talk about the linebacker that was signed, Shaquille Quarteman. Shaquille Quarteman from the Jacksonville Jaguars, been in the league for about 4 seasons. Didn't really do much, wasn't really a splash signing as far as with linebackers. He made plays here and there, but the number that stood out to me is special teams. He took 926 snaps, or a little under 920, some in that range, amount of snaps in the special teams unit. And the reason why this is a big thing to me, a lot of people was pushing like, oh, they really trying to get Nakobe Dean out of here. I don't think this was a signing for Nakobe Dean, to be honest. I think this was more of a signing for Oren Burks. As we know, and I'm going to go over the injury report, Oren Burks have not been practicing. That's why we haven't been hearing his name. I think it's been the same thing far as with the knee. So I'm assuming the knee is really bad, and we need a linebacker to replace him. Because if Oren Burks couldn't be that linebacker that we wanted him to, we know what he do in special teams because he was really good at special teams with the San Francisco 49ers. But if this knee thing really bad, he might miss some time. He might go on IR. It'll be interesting what we do with Oren Burks at this time. But yeah, I can almost guarantee the Quarterman signing was more of a replacement for him than the Kobe Dean. But let's talk about Vic Fangio. Vic Fangio spoke to the media, and I will go over what he said about Nakobe Dean once I get into my notes about Nakobe Dean. But he said something about Milton Williams that was like, wow, the team really wanted Milton Williams during the season. But let me play this clip.
Tackle group with Jordan and Jalen.
Yeah, I like Milton. Milton's a good player. He's solid, both versus the run and in pass rush. He's a guy that I've, from afar, have liked. That the Eagles have had. In fact, they tried to get us to trade for him last year in Miami, but Howie wouldn't do it. But I like Milt. Milt's a pro.
I got Milton Williams was almost a Dolphin, man, but well, not really almost. Howie just wasn't having it. So that lets you know, even if the money don't come from Philadelphia, and I hope it do for Milton Williams, he's going to get his bag. He's definitely going to get his bag. But Howie got to do something about this, man. Just pay the man. The dude is having a strong camp. Don't let it go deep into the season or next off season. We got to deal with this. Pay him now. Just get it out the way. He's homegrown. We know what he's going to bring. And I'm hearing his skill set is really, really developing. So how we do it, how we pay him. But let's go over the camp notes. Let's talk about the injury report. One guy I already mentioned, Oren Burks. Yes, Oren Burks is still dealing with the knee. Mekhi Gardner, still with the hamstring. Paris Campbell, groin. Brandon Smith, the linebacker, concussion. Tyler Steen was back, but he was very limited. Only did individual drills. He didn't do any like team drills, 11 on 11s or 1-on-1s or anything like that. Just the regular drills he did. Mekhi Becton was limited, but he did participate in team activities. And Eli Ritz is still dealing with a sickness. He was limited as well, and he did team activities. Okay. So Mekhi Becton, of course, got the first call at right guard. I'm telling you, man, I think it's Mekhi Becton's spot to lose, but it'll be interesting once Tyler Steen is fully back and who they go with. But Mekhi Becton, man, he's been balling. 1-on-1s, A.J. Brown versus Darius Slay. I heard the route was so nasty that Slay fell to like his knees or something like that. And A.J. Brown basically was wide open. Now, I will say this. I love A.J. Brown. I do. And I believe A.J. Brown can almost do that to any DB. But I am starting to get concerned about Darius Slay. I'm starting to get concerned about him. I mean, as far as what I seen in open practice, him getting beat deep by A.J. Brown just cooking him doing 1-on-1s, even though 1-on-1s is usually in favor of the wide receiver, but yo, you getting hit with routes, you fall into your knees. That's insane. That's crazy. He hit you with something nasty. Pause. He definitely hit you with a move, but yeah, I'm starting to get concerned because this is the same thing that was happening to Bradberry during the offseason. And we was like, well, Bradberry, he was just all pro. He'll be all right. And then next thing you know, you seen the last season, he was not all right. He was not good. So this season can make or break Darius Slay if we held onto him too long and we ain't getting no value out of him, or he's going to just shut his doubters up. But the good thing is, if Darius Slay is not the same guy, he really, hit that cliff or hit that fall, you still got Keely Ringo behind him. Quinyon Mitchell could easily slide to that spot. It's like you got guys that be just fine taking Darius Slay's spot. But as a fan, I'm not going to lie to y'all, I am concerned about him getting cooked like this. He's definitely been getting cooked during training camp. DeVonta Smith versus Quinyon Mitchell. So DeVonta Smith once again get the best of him doing one-on-ones. DeVonta Smith right over his head. Caught one, got one over him. And, the rookies learn that he got to deal with DeVonta Smith and he got to deal with A.J. Brown. And then after that, he might have to deal with it like Johnny Wilson, who was like 6'7". So he get his work in for sure with our wide receiver core. Jalen Carter was dominant on the 2-on-2s, but he did match up with Mekhi Becton one-on-one. Mekhi Becton shoved him, ran him down. We know Jalen Carter got one on Mekhi Becton, but today, or yesterday I should say, Mekhi Becton got Jalen Carter back, shoved him. Crazy because I'm imagining it in my head, Paul's like, yo, dang, Mekhi Becton is a big dude, though. Mekhi Becton is a big dude. So it's good to see Mekhi Becton get his get back. I love Jalen Carter, but I got to salute Mekhi Becton for that one, man. He got him down. And I'm going to show you the tweet right here because I don't want y'all to think I'm just saying this. A beat reporter for The Athletic, and he's an Eagles beat reporter, was there. It's like, yo, yeah, Mekhi Becton got the best of Jalen Carter. Definitely got the best of him. So shout out to Mekhi Becton. Tyler Hall gets a pick on Tanner McKee. Tanner McKee threw it to Ainias Smith. Yep. And he was all over him. I mean, Tyler Hall locked up Ainias Smith. Everything I say, I feel so bad because it feel like I'm attacking Ainias Smith. But this is a damn shame, man. Excuse my language, but this is a shame. A shame, man. I just feel so bad because it feel like I'm attacking him and I'm personally going at him, but I'm not. Trust me, I'm not. That's the notes. He even had a wide open pass go to him. He dropped it during this practice. He got locked up by Tyler Hall and dropping passes. He got locked up so bad, Tanner McKee threw a pick. Isaiah Rodgers, 4th straight day. Remember, Keely Ringo went 3. Isaiah Rodgers went 4. I think it's almost safe to say we'll see today, or do they practice today? I'm not 100% sure, but whenever they practice again, we will see who they will start, Keely Ringo, Isaiah Rodgers. But 4 straight days is kind of an indicator they might like Isaiah Rodgers better. And I feel so bad for Keely Ringo. Again, he might be the 2nd or 3rd best corner on his team currently, especially the way Slay been playing, and he might be a backup. It's crazy. Crazy. But Isaiah Rodgers, man, he got it out the mud. If the spot is his, he definitely got it out the mud. Because it went from being cut, he might be a backup. Okay, he's in the battle. Oh, wow, we really like Isaiah Rodgers. So he's a starter. So that's the storyline since Isaiah Rodgers been reinstated. So salute to Isaiah Rodgers, man. Jordan Davis had one of his best days and also the best play of camp when he got behind the line and stuffed Saquon Barkley, tackle for a loss. Like Jordan Davis was cooking. Jordan Davis was definitely cooking his practice. I mean, he was just so disruptive. I believe he got a sack or 2 as well. Jordan Davis was cooking. He was cooking, man. He got a lot to prove. Like Fade Davis, Haircut Davis, been on the money. Tanner McKee threw his first pick far as in team drills. Sean Stevens deflected it, picked it off, and ran it back for a touchdown. Sean Stevens is having a strong camp. Tyler Hall is having a strong camp. These young dudes are really stepping up. It'd be interesting who they go with or who makes the team. But we know Quinyon Mitchell more than likely is the starter at the nickel. But who will be behind them will be interesting, because then you still got Cooper DeJean. You're not going to just cut him. But Tyler Hall, Sean Stevens, they having a strong camp. Tyler Hall been, I want to say 70-30, but I think Sean Stevens is having a stronger camp. And I believe this is one of Tyler Hall's better days. But both of them caught a pick today, both off of Tanner McKee. Tyler Hall got his during the one-on-ones, and Sean Stevens got his on the 11-on-11. So, yeah, hey, man. Shout out to Sean Stevens. Shout out to the young DBs doing their job, doing their thing. So James Bradberry got some first team reps at safety. And this was a reality check, because I think CJGJ, that was something extremely minor, and they sat him. And the next guy up was James Bradberry, and he wasn't bad. It's just that it's like, dang, do we trust if CJGJ or Reed Blankenship had to miss a couple games? Do we trust James Bradberry to be that guy, to be that top tier safety, to replace them? I don't know, but it was definitely a reality check, especially when you got Justin Simmons out there. I know you guys hate when we talk about it, a lot of content creators, but got one of the top tier safeties just sitting. Makes no sense, but we'll see. We'll see, man. Maybe they really counting on Sidney Brown to come back, but it was definitely a reality check. And then you got Mekhi Gardner. He's dealing with a hamstring. You guys know how I feel about hamstrings. I think it's one of the most annoying injuries, whereas though it could last the whole year. I always bring this up. Remember when Quez Watkins caught his hamstring? It was around July or something like that, and it lingered through the whole season. The whole season. He just couldn't get right. So, man, we basically two safeties. Well, CJGJ not really hurt, but I'm just putting it out there. Like, say if we were like two safeties down, it's like, dang, it comes down to James Bradberry. And James Bradberry got the nod over Avonte Maddox. Means Avonte Maddox's job might be in danger. Neither here or there. Let's get into the next note. Cam Jurgens got banged up. Man. He got hurt. Nothing serious. And they put in Matt Scarping. I don't know how to say the dude's name as the next up center. And another reality check about Cam Jurgens. I love Cam Jurgens. But I said this about Cam Jurgens. He's not as durable as Jason Kelce. We were spoiled with Jason Kelce not missing games. Cam Jurgens will miss games. So the Eagles, that offensive line, not going to lie to y'all, we got some problems. Because Tyler Steen ain't staying healthy. We know Mekhi Becton, love him a lot, but he got a little injury history. Then you got Cam Jurgens with the injury history. So just that center and that right guard position can possibly be our Achilles heel. Just injuries. You know, these dudes stay hurt. It just is what it is. So we got to get right. We got to get right there, man. But let's talk about something good. Johnny Wilson continues to impress. He caught one right over Keely Ringo's head for a touchdown. And this man is getting first team reps. He's getting first team reps, man. It's only right. I mean, Johnny Wilson is a freak of nature, and he's starting to play to his size. That was my thing with him coming out of college. I think Steve Smith even said the same thing during the TikTok that was going viral. Like, yo, he kind of play small, but so far he's been showing like, I'm tough. I can play like a 6'7" wide receiver. And he's been doing that. He's been out muscling, mossing, doing everything he can. But he put the work in. He put the work end. So salute to Johnny Wilson. Nakobe Dean showed flashes, as a good blitzer, or is Will Shipley a bad pass protector? Because the notes are confusing. I seen some for different reporters saying, is it Will Shipley or is Nakobe Dean really this good? But overall, Nakobe Dean had a good day as far as getting to the quarterback, stopping the run, and coverage. He's still a liability. And even Vic Fangio had these things to say about Nakobe Dean.
2 days of practice, I thought he played really good. And, took a step back a little bit in the stadium practice, but overall he's been doing really good.
Never want to hear that. Because, yeah, he said Nakobe Dean took a step back during the open practice, but so far he's been good. The thing is, Nakobe Dean got to play good when the lights are bright. That's what we expect. That's what we expect, man. You can't do good. You can't be a practice guy. We had Jalen Reagor. We knew what he did. He's catching one-hand passes, looked like one of the best route runners, the best receiver in the world. But when the lights were on and the fans were there, man, Jalen Reagor wasn't good. And it looked like Nakobe Dean's going through the same thing. I hope I'm wrong. Definitely hope I'm wrong. But come on, Nakobe. Come on, Nakobe, man. And I'm still mad you let Zach Bond beat you out, man. I'm still mad about that, man. You were supposed to beat Zach Bond out. That wasn't too much to ask for, but I guess it was. I guess it was. Ojomo continues to stand out. He continues to do his thing. He is being disruptive in a good way. I mean, stopping the run, getting to the quarterback. Ojomo is making a push for a roster spot. So let's watch out for Ojomo. Keep balling, man. Y'all know I got love for Ojomo. He one of the few Eagles players to shout me out first, and I salute him. I salute Ojomo, man. So keep balling, man. Keep balling. Bradton Covey continues as well to get that wide receiver 3 reps, and he's been looking good there too. So I don't think Johnny Wilson or Bradton Covey get it. They might give it to Paris Campbell. We'll see. But again, Johnny Wilson, Bradton Covey are definitely making a case. That wide receiver 3 spot, man, is wide open. But they might give it to Paris Campbell. We will see. We will definitely see, man. It's going to be hard to tell Johnny Wilson no or Bradton Covey no. It's going to be hard, man. Those are your young guys. Those are your future. And if they outplaying the vet, who was a outsider basically, got to start the young guys. So we'll see. But they making that battle really interesting. John Ross, a name we ain't hear in a while, had a great catch over Eli Ricks. So John Ross, he's still in the mix, but I haven't heard his name too much about the wide receiver 3 spot anymore since, Bradton Covey been doing this thing and since Johnny Wilson been doing this thing. So, but John Ross continues to impress. All right, so far as the notes, that's all I got for you guys today. My thoughts on everything is that, the defense showed some signs of being good. Definitely the second and third team. I believe Jalen Hurt is just on fire. He was, again, almost perfect. 11 to 13, not throwing no picks. I think about 2 to 3 touchdowns, if I'm not mistaken. So, again, the defense was great. It's just that Jalen Hurts is just on a different planet right now. But I heard, I hate the references, guy, but I heard Cilio say something in which, broken clock is right twice a day. As they say, if you paying your offense, like $200 million and your defense, it's not much money on that side. You want your offense to outperform your defense. If the defense was outperforming the offense, yeah, it'd be a problem, especially with all the star power, then the Kellen Moore, it'd be a problem. But so far, it's going in the right direction. Again, the defense will make plays. Jordan Davis had one of his best days. 2 sacks, tackle for a loss that resulted basically in the safety. I think Nolan Smith not the best day, Nolan Smith, but days like that happen. The defense was fine. You know, Sean Stevens and these guys catching picks, just not on Jalen Hurts. Just not on Jalen Hurts, man. But hey, man, what do you think? How do you feel about the news today? Jalen Hurts, Mekhi Becton, Jalen Carter, all the notes I went over. I will be back tomorrow with something. I'll be talking about something if it's not practice. But this is Eagle Owl, man. I'm up.